You may have heard a lot about trans fats, or you're one of millions of people who consume vegetable oil. In this video, we're going to tell you why trans fats are bad for your health. Even though growing awareness has reduced their intake in recent years, trans fats still pose a public health problem. There are two forms of trans fat. One is natural, the other is artificial. Natural trans fats are created when bacteria inside an animal's stomach ingest the grass. A good example of this is conjugated linoleic acid, which is found in dairy fat. This form can be beneficial. However, artificial trans fats, otherwise known as partially hydrogenated fats, are hazardous to your health. Trans fats can increase your risk of heart disease. A series of clinical studies found that people consuming trans fats over other types of fat experience a significant increase in LDL cholesterol levels, whereas other types of fats tend to increase both LDL and HDL. HDL is the lipoprotein that removes cholesterol from your arteries back to the liver. Trans fats may drive insulin resistance and increase your risk of type 2 diabetes. A large 2001 study in over 80,000 women found that those who consumed the most trans fats had a 40% higher risk of diabetes. Studies also show that trans fats increase inflammation in the body, which is the primary cause of many chronic illnesses such as heart disease, metabolic syndrome, diabetes, and arthritis. This is especially so in people with excess weight or obesity. Trans fats are also believed to damage the inner lining of your blood vessel, known as the endothelium. A recent study of 111 subjects with coronary artery disease found a clear correlation between increased consumption of trans fats with the severity of their arterial lesions. Recent studies have examined trans fats' effect on cancer, finding a connection between the intake of trans fat and an increase of breast, prostate, and colorectal cancer. These fats are made by hydrogenation, chemically adding hydrogen to liquid fats such as vegetable oils so that it can stay solid at room temperature, which gives them a much longer shelf life. Whether you call them artificial trans fats or partially hydrogenated oils, trans fats are bad for your health. So how do you avoid these trans fats? In the past, manufacturers added partially hydrogenated oils to processed foods. Foods that contain large amounts of these fats are usually processed, including baked goods, thick margarine, canned foods, coffee creamers, snacks, and even fried foods. However, in 2018, the FDA banned their use in most processed foods in the United States. Other countries took similar steps to reduce the trans fat content of products. Even though trans fats have been banned, you cannot completely avoid them. Manufacturers can label their products trans fat free as long as there are fewer than 0.5 grams of these fats per serving. To avoid them completely, you have to read labels carefully or stop eating processed foods altogether. Most trans fats are bad for your health. Artificial trans fats are linked to health problems including heart disease, insulin resistance, inflammation, and even cancer. This is especially pronounced in people with excess weight or obesity. Let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe.